Everybody, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome back to Conversations on the Couch. I am your host, B.A. Shepherd. I'm glad that you are here. What's happening, Mike? What's happening, Sander Stone 02? Good to see you. Rokanut, good to see you. Who else is here? Eric, XXN, Darth Edix, Derek Miller, Maria, good to see you. N.E. Cole, good to see you. Good to see everybody checking in. It is my birthday, so I'm glad that you are here. Who's that? I didn't see you. One Daniel, good to see you. So while you're checking in, look, I just told you it's my birthday, so go ahead and wish me a happy birthday because, hey, we're here together, so I'm glad that you're here. I have no shame in telling you that today is my birthday and that, hey, go ahead and wish me happy birthday because look, this is the one day of the year that I get to tell somebody this. So it's a day that it always makes me excited. I'm always happy for birthdays because guess what? It's better than the alternative. I'm glad. Hey, Jack, thank you for the birthday wish. And Anna, good to see you. Bamba, good to see you. So glad that everyone is here coming in to say happy birthday. Mama W Life, good to see you. Thank you so much. I am glad that you're here. Hey, Misha, Plans for Life, good to see you. Let's see who else. I said Eileen Flores, good to see you. Gregory, good to see you. So today we're going to do just a little chit chat, a little talk, and share a little bit. As I was thinking about today, obviously today is my birthday. I'm happy about it. I'm excited about it. And so my birthday is always a day that it helps me. Thank you for that birthday wish, Gregory. I appreciate it. It's a day that always helps me to refocus, right? Thanks, Natalie, for the birthday wish. It helps me focus because, look, it's one of these days that you can kind of put your flag in the ground, evaluate where you are, and then make some decisions about life, right? And it doesn't have to be your birthday. Today is my birthday. So I invite you to do this today because, hey, we're together. Since we're connected, this is a perfect day to do it. And you don't have to necessarily evaluate your life for you, but since we are connected, you can do it for me. And here's what I'm thinking. Losology, thanks, Carlos, for the birthday wish. Here's what I'm thinking. The next 365 days between today and my next birthday, there is a span of time that we have opportunity to do something with. So here's my question. What is going to happen in this time? Right? Last night, we touched on this a little bit. We started talking about our mountaintop experience. And when we visualize and envision what we see that high place is, when we're looking at it in life, we're like, we're going to climb this mountain. We're going to go through the struggle. We're going to do what we need to do to get to this next high place, right? But we know that between today and 365 days from now, my next birthday, we can't rush the process. No matter what we do, we will not make 365 days move faster, okay? So here's what we know. Even though we have a vision for the future, there is going to be a process that requires day-by-day action. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story. I wasn't too bothered, but I was feeling some kind of way. So I was hanging out with my kids today, and, because of the situation that has transpired with their mom and myself no longer being married, I'm not with them all the time, right? And so I'm talking, and a few weeks ago, we had the funeral service for my grandfather and all that good stuff and celebrated his homegoing. And my children and the woman that I was married to, their mother, they let me know that I had gained weight. Right? Last year, you all know I had surgery. I didn't necessarily exercise, didn't really lift weights at all. I just tried to manage it. They let me know, though. They're like, Dad, you gained weight. And so today, they were telling me, I've since dropped, 10, 15 pounds. They were like, Dad, you had a dad bod. Like, you really had a dad bod. And then the woman that I was married to, I don't call her my ex because I don't claim her as an ex. She was the woman that I was married to. So that's why, if you're wondering why I say that, that's why I do. She was like, I've never seen you look that way. I've never seen you gain that much weight. And I was like, wait, you guys were thinking this, but nobody told me? I'm like, y'all waited till you got back in the car and then you were having these conversations? They're like, yeah, we didn't really say nothing to you. You didn't look bad. But I was like, wait, all this was going on. You didn't tell me. Yeah, but it wasn't that bad. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling some kind of way. I was like, okay, I see how this is. But it got me thinking about again the next 365 days. Because I've changed my body since they last saw me, they were like, oh, what have you been doing? Because now you look different. I see Natalie. Natalie is somebody has told me, she's like, your face is skinny. She didn't say skinny. You have a small face. So she said that to me one day in one of the conversations we had. So people will notice the change that you make in life, right? But I was thinking about this over the next 365 days. There's something that for me personally is very important. It is important for me in the next 365 days to become a healthier version of myself. Not simply about losing weight, no, I want to become the healthiest version of myself. I had this thought just in the past few days that I want to get into the best shape of my life. Now, people have said that to me. They're like, I want to get in the best shape of my life. And I've trained them and I've helped them to do that. But I've never really thought about it for myself, being a former athlete. But in the last few days, I did have this thought. I want to get in the best shape of my life. What does that look like for me? And so because we are a community, because we are connected, I'm going to ask you, what would it look like for you to make a health goal that we can work on over the next 365 days? It's not simply for you. A part of it is for me. I want to be connected to people that are making changes to their physical health so that we can become the healthiest versions of ourselves right now in this present time. So I'm throwing that out there. I'm thinking about some things like, what does it look like if we're intentional about our relationships, that we say in the next 365 days, we are focused on developing healthy relationships. We are going to see changes. We're going to look for our mountaintop experiences in our relationships and then step into that. What about if we look at like our business and our finance and our professional lives, and we set some type of goal, set some type of mark, and you say, I want that, but by this time next year, things are going to be different for me, and this is what I see. Miss Maxwell, thank you for the birthday wish. And sure, Tia Vibes, go ahead and put that question in there. But I was just thinking about this because we at times think that we can't make change. We at times feel like, the change is too much and it'll take too long. But here's what I know. Here's what we all know. From one birthday to another, and today happens to be mine, there's going to be 365 days. There is going to be a process where we have to go day by day by day. We won't be able to rush it. We can't move it any faster. What's up, cousin? I see my cousin Aaron on. Good to see you, man. We can't go any faster than 24 hours at a time, like 24 hours a day. We cannot move any faster. And sometimes in life, we look at our situations and we get so overwhelmed because we want an outcome, but we don't necessarily want the journey. But I'm saying, hey, how about if we are intentional and we say we're going to go on this journey together? What if we go on the journey together? And I'm excited about this because I was thinking about people that I've worked with in terms of physical health. And I know when we committed that we're going to say, all right, we're going on this journey and it's going to take us, hey, a year from now, what does our life look like? Like, I'm not trying to sell hey, let's do a 10-day something real quick and then get it over with. I mean, that's okay. For me personally, I'm like, yeah, 10 days is cool. But if I can impact someone's life and 10 years from now, they're still seeing the impact, that's even greater. Like that's what we're talking about. We're talking about, let's not just get caught up in some immediate satisfaction. No, it's okay. We want immediate wins too. But what about if we start building and thinking and strategizing for the long run? And I think personally, health and wellness, physical health and wellness, mental health and wellness, I think if we look at that, because that's often a place where we can feel like we're alone or it takes too long, right? If we can take our time and walk through that, that helps us to translate that into other areas of life. See, no one thinks that they go into the gym on day one and you do a couple sets and reps, and then all of a sudden, boop, all your muscles are there, you're totally ripped up, six-pack abs or whatever it is that you desire. No one's expecting that. No one expects to go on their first run and then see, oh, I can run I can run a marathon today. Nobody does that. That's not normal, right? That does not happen. We know that there's a process. So, right, like, so then what do we do? Step by step, day by day. What if we strategize? What if we plan? How do you get to your 365-day goal? And what are the day-by-day steps that we need to take to get there? Right? What will you have done? Like, let me put it to you like this. Not that you want to, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Excuse me. What if next year I asked you to give me a birthday present of purpose? A birthday present of accomplishment. What if I asked you, what would you give me from your purpose? Right? Like you say, okay, all right, what could I purposefully do for the next year? I'm going to say, Brian, next year I will have my first book written. And that'll be a gift that I could give you. I'm gonna actually have a book. I'm gonna sign it to Brian. Here's my first book. Boom, happy birthday. Now you don't have to wait 365 days to do it, but in this year you might say, I'm going to get this done. You might say, Brian, look, I got 10 pounds that I've been trying to get off for a long time. I'm fully committed to it. In this year, I'm gonna give you that as a gift. And it's kind of maybe this seems like weird, but I don't think it is. I think it's fun, right? That you could think about what it is that you want to accomplish, because I can tell you in this next 365 days, I want to give to you the very things, the very encouragement, the very strategies, the very mindsets, the very things that would help you to accomplish. So they go hand in hand. I'm not here simply to entertain you. I am here to encourage you and build you up, and so that you step into your greatest self, your greatest accomplishments, your greatest dream, that you would step into that. And if I cannot do that, I'm missing it. There's something that I'm missing. Because if people can be in my presence, and I feel like my calling is to help people to step into their purpose and their calling in the fulfillment of their life, if I'm not able to do that, I'm missing something. So here's my challenge. I want to be great at serving you so that the best of you can come to life. I don't want to be in your life and then you go through a whole nother year and you're like, I don't know why I was listening to that dude. Nothing came from it. See what I'm saying here? I want to help serve you into your greatest place of purpose and value that exists right now in your life. That we can step out of the past, step into what is possible. That you won't simply just think of it as a hope or a dream or something that's just there in your mind tormenting you, like that you'll never get to. No. What is it that you want for your life? Because I believe that you can have it. You know why I can believe in that someone can lose 100 pounds? Because I've helped people do that. Do you know why I can believe that I've helped? I mean, I didn't help them do it, but there was a time that a young woman, she approached me and we were talking, and she was pregnant. She wasn't married, but she was pregnant, and she was considering having an abortion. And she said, well, what do you think? Should I have an abortion? And she's like, I don't know if I can do this. And we talked for a little bit, and we talked through her fear. And I said, I believe you can do it. And ultimately, she ended up having the baby. And to this day, her son now is 20, 24, 25 years old. She ended up marrying the guy that she had the baby with. They have a couple other kids. They have their family. See, sometimes we just need to know that someone's in our corner to encourage us, to let us know that, no, we can make it. You can do it. You know what? Don't give up. Don't necessarily think that everything's against you is working against you and that it can't happen. Sometimes we just need that encouragement. Somebody to come alongside of us and say, okay, we can do this. And then when we build it up as a community, then we start looking at life differently. And we're all thinking, you know what? I look over there and such, she's building her business, and that person over there, they're transforming their body, and this person over there, they're about to make a proposal and go for they're going to go for the wedding and the marriage, and they're going to do it. And we start looking at life and we start saying, what is possible? I can actually do this. That's what I'm asking for. That in these 365 days, they would be 365 days where you say, yeah, I want that thing that I've been thinking about. I want that thing that I've been dreaming of. I want the thing that I thought had eluded me or passed me by. I do want it. What is it that you really do want? Last night when I was sharing with you, I said some things that it caught me off guard because I was speaking to you just straight out of my heart. And as I was sharing and as I was speaking, I heard myself saying things that resonated with me on a higher level, which those are the things that are calling me to a higher level. I'm like, oh no, there are some things that I desire that are in me that I've questioned. But when it comes down to it, I know that I really want that. This morning at 12 a.m., this is how I start my birthdays. Well, this year was a little different. Normally at 12 a.m., like I pray and then I throw on a song and I'm like dancing. Like, I mean, it's a whole party. I'm jamming, right? And normally it's Luke, right? If you ever heard Luke and it's your birthday, like I put that on, right? And so that's what it's been. But this year was different. When 12 a.m. happened, I threw on some what's called praise and worship music, and I just began thanking God for another year. It's just like I was just so thankful for another year. I'm like, I'm still alive. I'm really grateful for this. And there's a song by this church, this group called Elevation, and this song says my testimony. And there's a part of the song where they say, since I'm still breathing, you're not finished with me yet. Right? Like, since God has given me breath, there's still something for me to do. And I was just like thinking about this and rehearsing it. And before long, I was just playing a series of songs. And that one song turned into like an hour and a half, right? And I was just singing and I was praying and I was dancing and I was having a great time. But this song, it was just like, I only heard it like 2 days ago for the first time. I was like, this is an amazing song. I'm like, this is my theme song for the year. That like from death to life. This is my testimony. When I was going through my divorce and like the world was crashing in around me, I was dying. That was death to me. There was parts of me that were dying. But now, like, there are things that are back to life. Like, I've been from death to life. I wanted to die at one point. I was asking God. I was praying the prayer, walking down the street with a rolling bag because I didn't know where I was going to go. I was just like, God, if I could just die, you don't have to wake me up. If you would just let me die, that would be great. It would be less pressure on everybody else. I wouldn't have to feel like a failure, all this stuff. Clearly, God said no. That is, for me, that was going from death to life. Right? There were times where I was so angry on the inside and hurt by the marriage and everything that happened. Like, I felt hatred for the woman that I was married to. Like, I was like, oh, I hate her. It wasn't so much about her. Part of that was me hating me. But today we sat together, the kids were there, my kids had made me breakfast. That's from death to life. There were things that changed. Right? There are things that changed. But it didn't happen all at once, but it happened as a part of the process. And when you commit to process, when you commit to the change, your life can be different. 365 days from now, your bank account could be different. 365 days from now, your health can be different. Your marriage can be different. Your relationships can be different. Your environment can be different. What is it that you want if you look out 365 days? What is it that you want? How do you want to be a more fulfilled, enriched you? What is it that you want? Let's go back to yesterday. If we think about that mountaintop experience, if you overcome the obstacles that are in your way and you get to that high point in life where you're standing at that moment where you are seeing what it is that you've dreamed about and you begin looking out, what is it that you want to see? What is it that you desire to see? Maybe you want to see yourself traveling the world. Maybe there are some countries that you want to travel to. Maybe there's some missionary work that you want to do. Maybe you want to be able to sow seed and give money to things. Like, what is it that you want to do with this life? And sometimes we put things aside thinking they won't happen. They can't happen. I'm too old. I'm too this. I'm too that. it doesn't have to be that way. Like, this is a moment, right? A healthier, more healed version of myself that keeps helping others back, break generational curses, right? You start seeing that. What does it look like? Like, what does it look like when you are helping others break a generational curse? What's the curse? And you start asking these questions, start inquiring of yourself. What does it look like when I'm a healthier version of me? Oh, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm moving, right? This is what I'm saying. And we start thinking, right? You start processing through it. Don't think that you are limited. You have only been limited by your limitations. You have only been limited because perhaps you've been arguing for your limiting belief. That thing that has limited you has been the thing you keep agreeing with. And since you keep agreeing with it, you keep keeping the limiting belief, and it limits you. Oh, I can't lose this weight. See, since you said you can't, you're not going to. It's too hard for me to lose it, but it's too hard for you to keep it. It's too hard for me to break away from this person, but it's too hard for you to stay with that person. It's too hard to start a business, but it's too hard to stay in this job that you hate too. It's too hard to move, but it's too hard to stay. So you just got to choose. At some point, you just got to decide, what is it that what are we arguing for? Are you arguing for your mountaintop? Or are you arguing for circling the base of the mountain? Because last night, what was the message? You've been around this mountain long enough. You've been circling around the base long enough. You've been having the low level conversations long enough. This one right here, this is the one that calls you to the next level. And yes, it is going to take time to get there. But I know today, celebrating my birthday, it is going to take 365 days, 364 before I get to the next one. It's going to take time. So I'm going to enjoy this one all I can, right? I still have a good 4.5 more hours. I'm going to get it in, right? Just enjoy the fact that it's my birthday. I'm just keep telling people, hey, it's my birthday. Tell me happy birthday. Just because it's my birthday. I'm going to enjoy it. And then we go on the journey of purpose, day by day. Okay, now what? Now that you are 45, can't believe it. Now what? Now what do you do? What do you do on day 1, day 2? See, this is the start to the rest of my life. And newsflash, today is the start to the rest of your life. So what are you going to do with the rest of your life? And perhaps this is not a message that you are vibing with, but maybe it's just me talking to myself. But it's okay because you're here and you get to hear it. But you get to do something with these days. You get to mark this moment if you desire to, because guess what? You have been given breath right now. There's a song, like my favorite song is the song called Great Is Thy Faithfulness. And there in this song, it says, morning by morning, new mercies I see. Like morning by morning, like there's a newness every day to life. Morning by morning, like there has been a mercy that has been placed upon us. There's like things that could have happened, didn't happen. There were situations that could have transpired that didn't transpire. Even at our worst moment, we wake up with a breath. There has been a mercy that has been placed upon us to allow us to breathe again. Like it's such a great thing. And sometimes we complain because our situations are rough. And yeah, life is not always perfect. I told you, I was praying to die at one point, but there was still a mercy that said, no, you're not going to die. That's not for you. Not today. Not for you. There is something for you to do. Since you are still breathing, there is something for you to do. Here's the question. What is the thing? What is the thing you've been holding back on? What is the thing you've been questioning? What is the thing you've been doubting? What is the thing that has made you feel like I'm not equipped for that? I'm not prepared for that. I'm not enough for that. What is the thing that has made you feel like you are not enough? And so you've held back. Because I believe that's the opportunity that's knocking. And so look, let me just tell you, being straight up, wanting to be accountable. A year from now, I don't need to be sitting here doing this. I don't need to be sitting here on this couch doing this. I can be doing this, but I need to be doing it different. There, a year from now, there needs to be a new camera added in, or somebody else running the controls, or there needs to be something. There needs to be some kind of growth. And I would hope that you would hold me to that. Brian, how are we going to grow? Brian, now you need to grow. You need to bring somebody in on your team. You need to bring in a camera person. You need to bring in somebody. You need to, Brian, you need to grow. See, we need this. I need someone to say like, no. Don't get comfortable there. Don't get comfortable because there are some people watching. No. You need to go. You need to keep on going. You need to do something to develop. If you want to be healthier in this year, yeah, put it in the chat, right? Like, oh, I want to be healthier. I want to grow my health. Great. So somebody needs to say, hey, are you taking care of it? Are you being mindful? Are you having a plan? Right? Like, we can look at our lives and say, where is my next step of growth? Right? Maybe I'm here, but maybe I learned how to do something different. Maybe I learned how to articulate better or convey a thought more effectively. There needs to be something. Maybe I need to go take a training class or be around some other speakers and trainers so I can grow and develop. See, there's some things. There are some things. Today, and I'm going to share this with you. Today is day one of me launching my nonprofit organization. Today, I've been going through the process. I got my nonprofit done, but today I made it official and I started sharing. I was like, hey, my nonprofit. We have the farm. I do talks like this to share and empower people. I'm like, today was the first day I ever launched a fundraiser for my nonprofit, and so like that was a big deal for me. That was a step of growth. That I actually got to the point of saying, having things done to say, hey, listen, if you want to ever support me, if you want to ever buy a bale of hay for one of the horses or any of that stuff, you can do that. Why? Someone asked, like, what's your vision for the next year? Okay, here it is. I'll tell you. In this next year, there will be conferences, seminars, things that are happening at the farm, other places, virtually. That's going to happen. I'm envisioning, I'm like, no, there are going to be more young people that perhaps would be underserved, that never had a chance to be around an animal and never had a chance to dream beyond their concrete. See, I know there are a lot of kids that they're on the concrete. They don't ever get a chance to live outside of their city limits. And so they'll get a chance to show up at the farm and perhaps just dream. Maybe we get to shift their environment and they get to be in a different place and they can just start thinking about what's possible. Someone asked me, there are these young boys that one day I bumped into at the store, right? And we started talking and we were having conversation and they ended up coming to the farm. And one of the little boys was telling me, he said, what's so cool about being here? He said, I'm not worrying about getting shot. He's like, I'm not worried. He said, I'm so relaxed. I'm like, that's a game changer for someone. For young people that, I said this to my daughter when we first got started with the horses and all. I said, you want to be a vet. Your dad bought you a horse so you can, get involved in all this. And I said, but you got to share this with other kids because some kids would never have the opportunity. So if we're going to get this horse, you got to share. I said, you got to share, okay? Because somebody that is in some city, they might be in Philly, they could be anywhere. They might be in New York. I don't know where children might come from to make it to this place. I don't know, but they might get here and they might be able to see a horse or see a miniature goat or see some chickens or, whatever, something that they never really saw in real life and say, I want to be a vet too. I want to work with animals, but I never had a chance. And so there's this is what I see. And I've been doing it. Like I've been making it happen by myself, but there was another level for me. I'm like, no, I got it. I can't just do this alone because it'll never happen. at the right level, if I'm trying to do it all, if I need to drive the van, if I need to pick everybody up, if I need to do all the lessons, if I need to clean all the stalls, that'll never be enough. I'm like, I need help. Like, you got to go to a new level. I need to be able to write grants. Am I a grant writer? Not necessarily. I never wrote for a grant, but there's a grant writer now that'll be able to say, I can write a grant. There's some money that's available. You know, like, who knows the possibilities? But you got to start. When married couples are going through struggle, and I'm going to tell them, here you go. Yeah, come be a part of the Stable Love program. See what I did there? A little play on words. Be a part of the Stable Love program. Get the coaching that you need. You and your spouse. Work on your communication. Have some interaction. Yeah, go ahead. You're going to put your cell phones in the box. Put it in the purple box. We're going to lock it up. We're not doing cell phones. You two are going to talk. You two are going to connect. You're going to be in each other's presence. Hey, just go out and sit in the back. Just go sit in the grass. Go just have some time together. Here's a little bottle of, Martinelli's, a little apple cider. You two, here, take these glasses and go back there and just look at each other. Talk to each other. Right? Here's the vision. Here's what I'm thinking. You say, what does it look like for me a year from now? And this can't wait. This has to happen like now while it's getting warm, right? We're not going to go through spring, summer, fall, another winter, and this is not happening. No, it has to happen. It has to happen. And so, like, this is why I'm encouraging you, not because I'm just saying it just to be saying it. It's because I'm going on the journey too. 365 days from now, things need to look different. People need to be able to say, man, I went to the farm. It was myself and my daughter, and we talked, and it was the best mommy and daughter moment we had in a long time. Somebody who perhaps doesn't feel like they can do it. They're sitting there, and I can see them grooming the horse, and all of a sudden their mental stress starts to decrease. Right? They just feel some peace. I just haven't felt peace in a long time. And then they can have some peace in their mind, and their mindset could just be refreshed and renewed. Maybe they're doing nothing but just resting, looking at the chickens do chicken things, scratching the dirt. Maybe they're just watching a horse walking through. Maybe they pull out a pencil and a pad, and maybe they start drawing, and they haven't drawn in forever, but it awakens something in them. See, what's in you has the opportunity to touch someone else's life and unlock what's in them. But if you hold on to it thinking that you can't get to it, if you hold on to it thinking that your first step is, it's not enough, then you'll never get to step 2 or step 3. I want to encourage you to go on a journey. 365 days. Like, just set a mark today. You could start tomorrow, but why? You might as well start today, because there's been a new mercy that's been given to you in this day. You've been given breath in this day. Thank you, Angel of Faith. So since it's been given to you, like, go for it. This for me is a matter of life and death. For a young boy to tell me, he was like, I feel safe here, I just don't have to worry about being shot, is a big deal. But here's something else that's also pretty sad. In that group of boys, one boy told me he felt so good here because he felt safe and he wasn't worried about getting shot. 3 weeks later, in that group of boys, a boy who does so well in school, he's focused, he's doing what he needs to do. 3 weeks later, one of his friends got shot. 3 weeks. Shot. That's no good. It's bigger than you, right? 3 weeks. He didn't die. But 3 weeks in between being at the farm and the boy gets shot. Not doing anything wrong. Just doing what he does. Just being in his neighborhood. Just shot. Like, all of this potential could have just been taken. Like, listen, the thing that I get emotional about things, because like there's weight to it, right? And I think about things like, what if you don't do it? What if you don't do it? What happens? And then I struggle. Like, listen, I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't struggle with the being enough. I'm not going to act like I don't struggle with but I don't know what to do. I'm not going to act like I don't struggle with things. I'm like, this I'm not exempt from this message. Like, newsflash, the messages that you hear, I just hear them first. Like, I got to deal with them first. They get downloaded to me. I'm not just sitting around like, what can I come up with just to tell the people? Like, no, that's not how this works. Half the time I'm like, they're smacking me in the head. And so when I struggle with, oh, how am I going to make this happen? What am I going to do? And like, when I'm struggling to figure it out, and I feel like, oh man, just throw in the towel. Right? When I struggle with that, it weighs on me too. And then when I get the story, the boy says, hey, I'm not worried about being shot. I'm just so glad to be here. Then 3 weeks later, his friend gets shot. Like, the same little boy, like, they were a group of boys at the farm and one of them got shot. That, to me, that's too close to home. I'm like, wait, what is going on? And so, yeah, I know people are like, oh, let's get all the guns off the street and do all this other stuff. Man, stop. I'm not worried about that. Let me do what I need to do to get these kids. Like, let me figure it out. Right? Let me figure it out. And the one thing that, let me tell you, here's something real. The one thing that I did not want to do is ask for help. Let me tell you, like, for me to tell you that I launched a nonprofit and doing the fundraiser, that's a big deal for me. Because I'm not a person that generally will ask. I show up here every day. I'm not like, hey, like, I'm not beating people over the head about money. None of that. Nope. Because that's never coming back on me. Like, oh, he was just doing it for the money. Nah. Like, dude, I don't even got to worry about that. But at the same time, people were telling me in this past year, they're like, you got to let people have an opportunity to be a part. Let people do it. Some people will want to. Give them an opportunity. Like, you're robbing them of their blessing. Maybe they want to be involved. You got to set it up. And so for you, as much as it is for me, I got to tell you, like, yeah, you got to let some people in too. And I know it's way easier to be on the giving side than the receiving side. Trust me, I can help other people out all day, all night. I'm like, oh, you need my help? Sure. I'm all in. Like, I can help you because now it's your problem that we're fixing. Like, oh, okay, it's your struggle. I'll jump in on your struggle. Cool. But I wasn't trying to let people in on, like, necessarily on mine. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. So, like, boom. Like, there are some things in this next year. Let me just tell you. I can tell you, here's the punchline. There's going to be change. There's going to be change. I know this for me. I know that in this next year, there are going to be new faces that come into my life and start playing a more significant role. I know that. I know that there are these people that are going to come in and they're going to take things from me that I've been doing and they're going to say, oh, no, I can do that better than you. I'm going to take that off of your plate. Because if I take it from you, we're going to do well with this. This thing will grow. I know that that's coming. There are certain things I'm not going to be able to do. Someone is going to be assigned to it. They're going to say, no, I'm gifted at this. I'm called to this. I've been assigned to this. I'm taking this from you because once I take it, I'm going to grow it. I'm going to say, you know what? Let it be done. Same thing for you. Right? You want to change your body. You've been working on it for a long time. You're like, I've been trying to do it and I haven't been getting results. Great. In this next year, there needs to be a new voice that comes into your life that's going to help you. Somebody's going to say, hey, no, I'm going to help you with this nutrition. No, no, no. I'm gonna help you with your exercise program. No, no, no. I'm gonna be there to hold you accountable and check in with you. And I'm gonna be the person that tells you you need to shut it down and take a rest. Like, no, there's gonna be a person with a voice that's gonna tell you what to do. You might have a business coach. Someone's gonna come into your life and they're gonna start shifting things for you and they're gonna help you because you've been holding on to a lot of things yourself and it's been stunting your growth. Maybe you sing. Maybe you need a vocal coach. Like there's going to be a shift. If you're serious about this mountaintop experience, let me tell you, oftentimes when people climb a mountain, they don't climb mountains alone. There's someone there to help guide them to the top of the mountain. Think about it. Maybe your next level is going to require next level relationships. It's going to require you stepping out of the darkness, stepping out of being hidden and saying, you know what? I'm open to somebody else being in my circle. I'm open to being connected to different people. I'm open now. But Brian, the last time I was open, I got hurt. I know. I got you. I understand. I know. I've been through a divorce. It hurt. Right? I've been through the breakups. I've been through the business deals going bad. It hurts. But your next level is going to require next level relationships. It's going to require you to be open to the new thing. What was the message we heard a few days ago? Behold, I do a new thing. It will spring forth. Like, just keep on rehearsing it. Behold, look, I'm doing a new thing. It's going to spring forth. Look, it's going to spring. Look, the thing that has been compressed and depressed and pushed down is about to spring and launch. How is it going to launch? Behold, look, there's going to be new relationships. Behold, look, there's going to be new interactions. Behold, look, there's going to be a new dialogue and a new conversation. Behold, look, there's got to be a new environment. Behold, look, there's going to be new operations. All of these things are going to help you to spring forth. You got to let somebody else in. It is going to be a good thing. It's going to be a great thing. So, like, just go ahead and get your heart settled. Be ready. Is it going to be uncomfortable? Yes. How do I know this? Because if you ever climbed a mountain, or even if you thought about climbing, just Google, YouTube, like somebody climbing a mountain. That's a little assignment, right? There's an action point, right? We want action. We want to take action. Here's our action point. All of us. Here's our action point for the night. Then we go to YouTube, go on YouTube, find some video of a person climbing a mountain. And then as you watch that person, simply tell yourself, this is what my journey looks like. This is what my next level is going to look like. A mountain, not a little hill. Like, find somebody climbing a mountain. Find somebody climbing a mountain that when you look at that mountain, you say, yeah, that mountain is worthy of being like associated with my dreams. I got big dreams, right? I got big dreams. So I'm gonna go ahead and find a big mountain. Find the biggest mountain you can find and see if you can find some clips of someone climbing it. Someone walking up that path. Look, think about what they have to go through. Right? You say, then that's what my journey is going to look like. Oh, but when I get to the top of that mountain, oh, what is it going to look like? See, at the top of my mountain, I don't just see like a couple young people. No, that's not what I see at the top of my mountain. At the top of my mountain, I see an organization that is impacting young people's lives. See, I see it so much so that these young kids, I can see them walking across stage and we're going to have conferences like, and we'll be there. You're going to be there. We're going to celebrate young people, right? So this will be something we can do because we're grown-ups. We get to do these things and put together things, and you have talents and skills and abilities, and I'll be able to, we're going to be able to put this all together, and we're going to coordinate this, and we're going to celebrate people, not just young people, but they're going to be there, but we're going to celebrate grown-ups. And this is what it looks like. People ask me, like, what do you think? This is what's going to happen. My foundation, it's called B.A. Shepherd Foundation. B.A. Shepherd. B.A. Shepherd. Why? B.A. Shepherd, it's my name, but it's also the message. Be a leader. Right? Be a leader. A shepherd is someone that is going to guide and govern. When you start guiding and governing and leading your best self to its best place, then you are leading not others so much so you're leading what is within you. You're taking your gifts, your talents, your love, your abilities, and you're saying, let me guide you to the place that is going to be rich and fulfilled and flourishing. Let me guide you. You have to be a shepherd of me before I think about shepherding someone else. But here's what I know about shepherds. Shepherds reproduce shepherds. Sheep reproduce sheep. That's why you hear me say, be a shepherd, 2 P's, A-R-D, reminding you to be a shepherd. The world has enough sheep. We're not doing sheep. Shepherds reproduce shepherds. And so you will be that same leader. And so when I see my mountaintop experiences, I see leaders walking across stages and we celebrate all ages. You're doing the thing, you know, whether you went back to school, whether you launched your business, whether you fought for your marriage and you made it happen, whether you left a toxic relationship, we start celebrating the leadership of people that is operating in every day. There's this thing that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and there are rings, right? I want to do rings. Why? I'm an athlete. I am an athlete, and we played for rings. And so in my mind, I have a picture of people walking across the stage and you getting your championship ring. I have a prototype right now in the other room. It's sitting there and I see it all the time. I have a prototype because I know this is going to happen. Oh, we are doing rings. I've been to the jeweler. I've talked to them about how to get it done. Oh, no, this is happening. I see the ring every day. It's a big one. I would go get it right now. If somebody tells me to go get it, I will get up and go get it. I just need one person to tell me to go get it. I'm already taking off my mic because I know somebody is going to tell me to go get it. So let me just see who's that person going to be. Who's the person? Go get it. See, T Vibes. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Sing a song. I knew it. I knew y'all were down. I knew you were down for this. Okay, so I'm not playing games. You want to see the ring? Here it is. See this ring? This is not a small ring. This is a big ring, right? So let me get a little zoom in. Like, see, like there's some, right? Boom. See that? This is a prototype. This is not my design, right? But no. So now this is what I'm saying. This is huge. I wasn't. So you get on the stage, you're going across. This thing has some weight. You see my hand? That thing is big, right? That thing is big. No, I want you to feel it. It has some weight, right? I want you to know. No. I worked for this thing. These are happening this year. Okay, this is happening. Like we know we're marking the moment. We're not sitting there just simply, like, oh, I accomplished something. Nah. I need to have an event, right? This is how I talk to myself. I'm like, no, Brian, you got to have an event where you got some smoke machines. I'm like, I need some smoke machines and some fire. No, I need some of that. I want to be in one of those moments. And you walk across the stage and perhaps nobody has ever called your name, but your name gets called and the crowd goes wild and you're going to get your ring and it's going to be in a nice box. No, you're going to get it. No, we're getting these. We're doing this. But those young boys, the ones that felt safe, I'm like, they need a chance to get theirs. The young ladies, those young kids, my girls, I was talking to them today. I'm like, no. I'm like, those girls, they need their shot. One of my girls today, she said, Mr. Bryant, said, I should become a vet. She had never said this before. She said, I should become a vet because then I could take care of the animals and we could just have what we need in-house. See, she's in 9th grade and she's been here for the last few years and something clicked for her. And she said, I could do this. She came to that conclusion that she was like, I enjoy doing this and maybe she'll do that. Maybe she won't, but she needs a chance. And what does it look like when she's getting her ring for accomplishing things in this year? What does it look like? See, I know When I look at that mountaintop experience, I know all of this, you developing as an adult and stepping into your purpose, and young people stepping into their purpose and doing their thing. I know what it looks like, right? I know that we are going to write out of this foundation. We are going to write fully paid scholarships for kids that would have never had a chance to go to school or be a part of a program. I know we're going to write scholarships for that to happen. I know we're going to write scholarships for grown people who were like, I don't have the finances right now, but I wanted to get this. I know we're going to write those scholarships. I know we're going to write those things. Like, I know this is going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I know that we are going to have help young people that want to see the world. I know we're going to help them do it. You know how we're going to help them do it? We're going to get them passports. Like, I know that we're going to have a passport program. Like, they're going to see places. They are going to go places. Places they would have never gone. I tell you all the time how I celebrate how that woman, when I was at the horse expo, and that lady told me I was the only Black person there. Thousands of people, and she pointed me out. She said, "You're the only Black person here." I loved it. I was like, fantastic, because wherever I show up, that's where I belong, right? I know I bring the diversity wherever I go. But when we start to unlimit ourselves, guess what we're going to be able to do? We're going to be able to unlimit the generations that follow us. We want to see the world change, then we get to change it. Like, I'm not waiting for somebody in politics to change the world. No, I'm not doing that. At least I don't know what their motives are. I'm like, no, this is a grassroots effort. So we'll be able to put kids on planes, and we'll have these great connections amongst ourselves. And hey, look, I got about 5 kids over here. Can I send them out and intern with you for the summer? Right? We got to think bigger. We got to think different. What is it that you do that you could allow somebody to be a part of what you do and it can grow their life? See, like, no. We can't. We have to unlimit ourselves. So that's what the thoughts are. No, we're going to build leadership through relationship, creating educational opportunities in nature with technology. That's what we're going to do. Somebody asked me what's the link. You can go to www.bashepherdfoundation.com, and it'll grow. This is my initial launch page. It's the fundraiser page that I launched for my birthday. I put on there a pretty substantial goal that I'm going for, because I know there are things that we need to get done. I know there's we want to get transportation to get kids up here this summer. Right? There are things. They're talking me into a mini cow. They're like, right, Mr. Brian, we can have a mini cow and we can do these things and like give us a full opportunity to learn. And I'm like, okay. Where I was saying, no, I don't know anything about a cow. I'm like, no, yes. But I told him, I said, we're going to do a fundraiser and we'll raise funds for it. And we got to connect. We got to find somebody. And I started telling people, like, listen, any of you people online, if you know somebody that has a mini cow or know somebody that sells mini cows or any of that kind of stuff, you know, you're connected to somebody that's connected to somebody. Somebody around here knows somebody with a mini cow. Help. So www.bashepherdfoundation.com. So it's the name of my foundation, B.A. Shepherd Foundation, which is B.A. Shepherd is S-H-E 2 P's A-R-D foundation.com. And it'll be, you know, on every link that I have and all that. But this is where we're going. Like, this is like, let me tell you, 365 days. Somebody, look, can somebody please tell me that you are going to get a ring from me? Like, somebody tell me I am going to. Now, we're going to be accountable. Like, we're not just talking to be talking. We're going to put some stuff down on paper. We are going to actually make a commitment to something, because we got to accomplish with purpose. We're not going to just stumble into it. No, there's going to be some stuff that needs to challenge us. So I need to think of, okay, what's the thing that I'm going to accomplish? What's going to be my thing, my mountaintop that I'm going to work for? Because I want somebody to present one to me. Oh, I want one. I don't get to just get one because, you know, it was my vision. Nah, come on now. No, that's not how this works. Now, I want to earn mine too.
I want to hit a number. I want to hit a market. And I'll say, no, I accomplished that thing. I want somebody to present me one. Right? I want to present one to you. So yeah, in the next few days, we're going to talk about some commitments. Because I want you to get this. Not this one, but I want you to get the ring that we're going to design and we're going to have. I want mine. And I might just associate and connect mine to helping. How many people am I going to help get to their goals this year? And put a number on it. How many people am I going to help achieve? I'm going to put a number on it. Because I need to work for mine too. We will not go through another year that like our last year. Our last years are done. They're done. Our last experience, done. Last chapter, done. No. This is a new day. Behold, I do a new thing. It will spring forth. So, here's where we're going. This is what we're doing. Right? Like, this, I'm excited to tell you about. We play for championships, our life, okay? So be encouraged. Thank you so much for being here on my birthday, celebrating this birthday with me. It is a gift to me to be able to have these times and experiences and moments with you. I know we're going to a new level. We're going to go to new levels. We're going to take these moments that are like this, and which has been generally one way. These are going to turn into Zoom meetings when we can interact with one another. Like, there is a new level. There's a next level that's coming. Thank you, A-Band Scrub, for that birthday wish. There's a new level that's coming. There will be more interaction. We're going to start going deeper in connection with one another, seeing each other, like just building differently. Right? This has been great. This season has been great, but it's been a lot of one way. And I love reading the comments and all that. But right now we're on like how many different platforms? We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok. All that's happening right now. So boom, once we start connecting, we need to bring the community in together sometimes. Wait a second. Everlasting Now says this: the little farm in Dover, Delaware has animals surrendered to them. I'd call them and talk about a mini cow. See, boom. We start going. Thank you for the birthday wish, Everlasting Now. Look, this is how it's going to happen. We are going to find a mini cow. I don't even believe, half of me doesn't even believe that I just, like, I'm all in on this. But we're going to get a mini cow. This is what we're going to do. And people are going to cuddle with the mini cow. We're going to have cuddling with the mini cows. And you know what that's going to do? It's going to help people with their mental health and wellness. And that's what we do. Healthy relationships, healthy in leadership and purpose, healthy mentally, healthy physically. We are a healthy people. We are a healthy tribe. We are a healthy nation. That is what we are. We are leaders that lead in health in every area of our lives. We need not be incomplete. Right? We cannot be. And no longer are we going to be okay with being just okay. Like, no. We can be committed to making healthy moves, making healthy decisions. We can do that. So we're believing for a micro mini cow. We are believing for lives being impacted. We are believing for funding to fix fences and gates and have animals that are healthy and nourished, and have places for people to join together. And like, you believe for something in your life, because as you add your belief, then belief is going to grow. We need not have a small pot of belief. All right. That's not what we're doing. Now, I'm believing for me, but I'm also believing for you. So thank you so much for being with me for this entire, past year, but thank you for day one of the new day. Thank you for being here, day one of the new day, and for us to move forward, for us to go to that next level, climbing the mountain. We are headed towards a mountaintop experience. So get it in your mind, get it in your heart. Don't doubt. Let's go. You want to be a part of the farm, contribute to the foundation, the nonprofit? Please do so. BAShepherdFoundation.com, www.BAShepherd, and that's, my initials, BA, ShepherdFoundation.com. So there, you're going to hear me talk about it more because I know I don't even want to do it by myself anymore. I'm not living that way. I'm not trying to do it by myself. So as we grow, know that I'm going to share it, know that I'm going to talk about it. You're going to see me offering educational things and trainings. And when you hear me and I'm sharing prices and costs and things, you'll know like he's doing that because he's building this foundation. There are lives to be impacted. And so that's where we're going. And I appreciate you for being here, right? Thank you all for being here, and thank you for becoming your most complete and full self. Thank you for dreaming, because you are an inspiration to me. Whether or not you know it, I want you to know it. You saying, yes, I'm going for mine. I'm going for my dream. I'm going to make this thing happen. It is inspirational to me. You are literally breathing life into my spirit with your action and with your yes to your best self. And I appreciate that. So happy birthday to me. Happy day one to you. Let's move forward. Let's go. I love you much. Father, thank you for this day that you have made, given to us to rejoice and be glad in. Thank you for all of your many wonderful blessings. Thank you for another year of life for me, and just the opportunity to celebrate a birthday, and not just celebrate a birthday, but to be with each and every person that has been here celebrating with me. They have made an impression and mark upon my life that can never be taken away. Thank you for the moments of time that they invested here. I pray that there has been a blessing that they've received. I pray that there has been a gift that they received, even as they were a gift to me. I pray that I have been in some way able to share a gift with them. And I pray that the time that has been used and invested in these moments has been time well spent, time well invested. And I pray that it would be returned to them in many ways of prosperity. Lord, that they would prosper in their health and their wellness and their relationships and their connections and Lord, their ideas and their creativity and their systems and their organization, whatever area of their life where they could stand to be blessed. I pray that they would be blessed. I pray that you would open up the windows of heaven and pour out blessings upon them, so much so that there is not even room enough to receive it, that they would need to call some other people around to enjoy the blessings that are being bestowed upon them. I pray that their dreams would be great, their passion would be strong, that their action would be immediate, and their confidence would take them into places that they used to fear. I pray that they would step up in such a way that people would look at them and they wouldn't even look the same anymore. I pray that they would know that they are more than conquerors and able to do, because you are able to do exceeding and abundantly above all that we could ask or even think. And so I pray for there to be an abundance. I pray there to be abundance in our thoughts, that we would begin to ask and think more, that we would think of greater and ask for greater and then take action, so that we are cooperating with you. And Lord, as we do so, as we align with you, I pray that you would bless tremendously. I pray that goodness and mercy would just follow us, that it would overtake us, that it would shower us. And I pray that these moments would be good moments, that these actions would be good seed, and that they would produce great harvest. Thank you so much for each and every person. I pray that you would assign angels to go with them, to watch over and protect them and keep them from all harm and danger. Keep them from those people that would even be negative voices. Keep them from the negative voice that they may have been rehearsing in their own mind. I pray that someone's mindset tonight would just start to be renewed, and they would say, nope, not having that old conversation anymore. This is a new day for me. This is my day one. And I pray that their day one would be blessed. Lord, I thank you in advance, because I believe that we are praying according to your will. And according to your will, we know that the answers are yes and amen. So we pray that it would be done. And we thank you in advance, knowing it will be so. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Thank you so much, Delisha Pleasant, for that birthday wish. KMD, 1965. Amen. Thank you. Earl, thank you for the birthday wishes. Who else did I see up there? Jennifer Hughes, good to see you. Thanks so much. All right. All right. Well, it's time to Anitria. Thank you. Thank you so much. KMD. Yes, I did. I got the cards. I did a whole thing. You must not have been on that day when I was talking about the cards that you sent me and how just amazing you are. And I put your information out there, but I also said this. I also said that I wanted to buy a pack of cards for someone so that I could sew it into their life. So we need to connect so I can buy a pack of cards and you can share it with someone and make it an investment in their life, because I want to be a blessing to you. And as well, I want to be a blessing to someone else so that their life can grow and expand as well. So we'll get connected. And but I was completely humbled and honored that you created those cards for me, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you. So, all right, everybody, have a fantastic night. Thank you for being here. I love you much. I'm B.A. Shepherd, 2 P's, A-R-D, reminding you to be a shepherd. The world has enough sheep. Good night. Love you much. See you.